morning, everyone, and welcome to the European crossover webinar. And we did get some PMI data that's recently come out. We got the Eurozone manufacturing PMI came out at 62.6. They were looking for 62.5. We'll pull up the euro. Not much of a difference whatsoever. Earlier, about an hour back, we did get UK retail sales. Those came up 0.3, and we can see what impact it may have had here on the cable. You see here, this level is kind of keeping things in check right there. And we had French PMI that came in a tad weaker, 58.1. They were expecting a forecast of 58.4. The prior was 59, so we did lose some strength there. And German PMI composite came in at 62.5. They're expecting 60.8, so a bit stronger. Manufacturing came in at 65.6. They're expecting 64.2. And services came in at 62.2, expecting 59.1. And at the bottom of the hour, we'll get UK manufacturing as well as services PMI. Coming into the States, we'll have Canadian retail sales at 8:30 Eastern, and manufacturing, US manufacturing PMI at 9:45 Eastern, as well as composite. And that would be it. So we're seeing indices continue to push higher as we go into the weekend. No change there, really. And also in the S&Ps, continue to push higher here. So no let up since that bounce. Taking a look where we stand here with gold after those dips. We've kind of bounced back up here to 1809 after we got as low as, what was it, 90. I guess we came down to what, 91.60. So I guess we dipped a little bit further. I think we had 92, so it was only off like 30 or 40 cents. But anyway, we bounced back up in here. Resistance head at the time for yesterday's maybe 1812. They'll probably still remain the same thing. And then take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin has recovered from that 29,200 and continue to push a little bit higher. But relatively quiet here, although we are above 32,000. Take a look at crude oil. We saw that pullback yesterday from the 71.15. Although it was a temporary respite, we did come back later in the session to challenge that and then move above that, and we've kind of stayed up here in the upper 171s, 71.25. With that, we'll move on to the bias chart. As I said, it's a relatively quiet day, and we're just going to get started with it. Really no particular changes other than indices pushing higher, so this will be relatively quiet as far as the analysis. So taking a look at the Eurozone, or Euro, I should say. We did get past the ECB. ECB was considered dovish, so there was no changes here. Look at that. We are just dead as a doornail. Look at this. Holy smokes, nothing. Yesterday, we did get as high as 1830 for resistance. I mean, at the high, we had 52 and we had 1748. No changes. It's going to stay the same. So no changes here. I think we'll go through this relatively quickly. Take a look at the cable. Saw this firm up a bit more yesterday, and same thing. Very, very quiet trading today. We had 37.59, and the high yesterday made it all the way up to 37.87. We hit 59, not sure why, because you look here, here's this level here we had here. That's what needs to get above. I'm not sure why we picked out 59. But that would be at 37.80. And for support, right there, 36.98. Moving on to the Aussie dollar. Looks like we're trying to work off of that 72.87 that we had before. We did move our support up to 73. Remember, we just went off of this wick here. That gives us 73. And resistance we had for 74.09. And yesterday, we got as high as 73.96. So we'll keep that 74.09. So basically not much of a change. Moving on to the dollar yen. Still, once again, relatively quiet trading. We had 10.52 for our resistance, and boy, we were stymied yesterday. Looks like the high yesterday was only 10.35, and the high today is 10.41, and we're going to stick with this 10.52. Just quiet as can be. Support's still going to remain 9.91. No changes. Really not moving anywhere. This is really just summer trading right now in currencies. Well, we're going to move on to the cash dollar index. Well, we had 93.26, and the high for the day is 92.94. So we're really just not going anywhere. We're stuck right here at this breakout level of 92.82. But that will be the resistance, 93.26. When we get above it, 92.58 is going to be the support. Support yesterday was, the low yesterday was 92.50, so that was close enough right there. And that's it. Indices are just quiet as can be. So with that, we're going to move into the Bitcoin. Bitcoin yesterday, we had 32,867 as our bias chart resistance. Said we were going off that line. The high was 32,912. Not bad. Not bad at all. Way off like they're all $45. Looks like we saw 40. It's not bad. Not bad at all. We just went with the touches here. So we're going to keep this still as resistance, 867. Tried to poke his head, but 867 was a key level there. Support we had as 31,584. Well, the market's doing a bit better here. Move that up. And if it weren't, well, actually, it would be on the short-term basis, going to be right there, 32,117. And with that, we'll move into the S&Ps, which the S&P train continues to go. Look at that. And resistance has got to be right there at the high, all-time high, 43.84. Call it 43.85. And support, we had 43.43. I mean, obviously we just keep on pushing higher. Resistance, I mean, support, that would be 43.59. Since it's 43.59. Let me see if I get that correct. So, there we go. And moving on to the NASDAQ. And looks like we're right just a hair above all-time highs. Look at that. We're just above those all-time highs. Where that takes us for today, trying to see any kind of a target here. That isn't a very good fit, but trying to find something closer. Let's go with 15,065. And take a look at moving on with crude oil. Nice rebound in crude. We did run out of gas at that 71.15. We pared back $1, and then we reasserted ourselves. We went above it. Take a little bit closer look. I like this area right there, 71.84. Looks like, oh, we've already been there earlier. Let's see. Yeah, we went to 71.96. I think it was right here, this midpoint at 72.18. That confluences with these two tops here. We did make it to 72.96. Let's go right there, 72.07. We'll see whether or not we can make it back there again. High so far 71.96. And for support, looks like it's 71. Let's go in. Set that up for RTH. There's the initial balance. So we'll go with that, which is going to be 70.95. And let's go and move into the gold market. So we're just bouncing back and forth. Not really any changes. Yesterday we had 17.92. I think it was off by 30 cents or something like that. We had 18.12. Looks like we've come up to 18.12. No, 18.11. I like this 18.12, so I want to keep that. Let it prove itself. And at this point, support's going to be right there, 18 even. There we go. So it's been a quiet morning overall and not a lot of changes. Indices continue to press on the upside. Look at that. All-time highs, NASDAQ. Looks like we're going to get that also here in the S&Ps. And we're in the summer doldrums of trading as far as FX goes, at least for today, which is very, very quiet. We are seeing the euro a little bit higher post ECB. But very, very quiet. So not a lot of changes. We're going to get that bias chart put in the room. And thanks for joining us here in the European crossover webinar. And good luck with the end of the week.